Mntanasika, namhlanje ngifuna sixoxe about one of the most fascinating but often overlooked nations. Namhlanje ngifuna sixoxe ngamaHlubi. Obani, babuyaphi, and why are they all over South Africa? Well, mongaba ubazi uzifanela nami. Hlala phansi uthi ngikutshela. Isizwe samaHlubi are one of the historic ethnic groups of Southern Africa with deep roots in the Nguni-speaking communities. But here's something abantu abaningi abangayazi. Their story is not just simple migration story. It's a story of kingship, war, displacement, survival, and rebuilding. AmaHlubi are regarded as part of a broader Nguni-speaking people, but historically, they had a very distinct identity, leadership system, and territory. Their language and customs closely relate to isiZulu and isiXhosa, although over time, many AmaHlubi communities adopted to languages from the region where they settled. Now, AmaHlubi abuyaphi? Historically, AmaHlubi are believed to have originated around the eastern parts of Southern Africa, particularly in the areas that are today falling under KwaZulu-Natal and parts that are on the foothill of the Drakensberg mountain. Some oral tradition traces their ancestry to ancient Nguni migrations. They became a strong independent kingdom under powerful chiefs and kings, long before colonial borders existed. Even the name Hlubi itself comes from one of their ancestors, and like many African ethnic groups, identity was built around lineage and clan systems. One of the most important leaders in AmaHlubi history was uNkosi Pungani kaMthimkhulu, who is remembered as one of the powerful rulers who expanded and consolidated AmaHlubi kingdom. But perhaps the most famous AmaHlubi king in history was uNkosi Langalibalele kaMthimkhulu. Now, if you know South African history, that name should ring a bell. uNkosi Langalibalele became famous after resisting colonial pressure from the British government in the 1800s. And at that time, colonial authorities demanded that African kingdoms surrender their firearms and obey colonial laws. Cabanga, uNkosi Langalibalele disagreed and tensions grew, eventually leading to a conflict between AmaHlubi and colonial forces. This became one of the early examples of African resistance against colonial rule in Southern Africa. After the defeat, uNkosi Langalibalele was arrested and exiled, and that event scattered many AmaHlubi people across different regions. We can't talk about AmaHlubi without mentioning the period known as Mfecane or Difangane. During the early 1800s, Southern Africa experienced a massive political and military upheaval. Kingdoms expanded, wars broke out, and communities moved across huge distances. Isizwe samaHlubi were heavily affected during this time. Some groups moved into what is today Eastern Cape, others moved into Free State, Lesotho, and even parts of Mpumalanga. This is why today you may find people identifying as AmaHlubi but speaking isiXhosa, isiZulu, Sesotho, or even mixed dialect depending on where their ancestors settled. Culturally, isizwe samaHlubi are rich in traditions. Like many Nguni communities, they value clan identity, respect for ancestors, traditional leadership, ceremonies, and oral storytelling. Cattle as a symbol of wealth and status. Their praise poetry and clan names remain an important marker of identity, especially amongst families preserving their lineage. Many AmaHlubi people still proudly identify with their royal house and traditional structures today. Now, Mntanzika, history iba very interesting. Some historians debate whether AmaHlubi were originally pure Nguni or whether they were developed through interactions with Sotho-Tswana communities over centuries, especially because of their geographic location and migration patterns. That is why you may sometimes hear a different version of their history. Oral history and written history don't always tell the story exactly the same way. And that's important because African history was preserved orally for generations because colonizers started documenting it. So Mntanasika, isizwe samaHlubi are not just an ethnic group. They are a nation with a powerful story of resilience, migration, resistance, and survival. Their fingerprints are found all across South Africa, even if many people don't realize it. So Mntanasika, if uphuma kwisizwe samaHlubi or wazi umndeni ophuma from kwisizwe samaHlubi, please go ahead and drop your clan names ngikhuluma ngazi ithakazelo on the comments, and please let me know which other African ethnic group should we unpack next. Awusibangene.